XRP and ISO 222 tokens are heating up for this bull run. The price predictions for XRP are starting to get a little bit crazy out there. Some people talking a $15, $30, or even $100 XRP this bull run. In today's video, I'm going to give you my new price prediction for XRP, where I think it's headed over the next few months, and what I think it's capable of this bull run. So hit that like button and let's jump into it. All right, today we're going to jump into XRP. I'm going to give you my new price predictions, updated price predictions for XRP, with everything going on with it and with the new Trump presidency in place and more positive crypto regulation likely coming over the next several months with crypto here. I think we need to adjust our strategy for XRP potentially for this bull run because it could be an absolute monster. So let's take a look at it here. So XRP has surpassed Solana and BNB's total market cap for crypto, currently sitting under Tether's current market cap of 139. Now, it would take almost a 4x to catch up to Ethereum's total market cap. Will that happen this cycle? I'm going to cover that in this video as well, because that's one of the things that people are wondering about is could it surpass Ethereum and do extremely well? We'll take a look at that possibility as well here. So kind of take a look at the history of the total chart for XRP here. You can see that basically back in 2015, 2016, there wasn't much going on with it, and the price was really flat-lined at, around 1 cent or 2 cents and under 1 cent here. If you could have got in way back then, obviously, not a lot of people were in crypto back then, and, people could have gotten Bitcoin really cheap back then as well. But if you look at the move it made in that bull run here, if we look into 2017, basically here would have been like the peak of the bull run here. So if you compare that to right now, the end of 2017 and early 2018 would be like the end of the bull run for this cycle, would be kind of like the end of 2025 and in the beginning of 2026 potentially here. This year was also when Trump was president as well, so you can kind of see that, XRP did extremely well when Trump was president last time around, and that may be why we're seeing some bullish momentum right now, and I think it is likely because of the more friendly crypto regulation that's probably going to come into play here. If we look at the last bull run here, this is when Biden got into presidency, and you would have looked here at early 2021, and that cycle 4 years ago, XRP did spike up to, about $1.84, somewhere in that range, but it didn't break its previous all-time high. We've already broken the last cycle's all-time high here of $1.84. We're up over the $2 mark right now. So we smashed through this already, and I think because of the positive crypto regulation, that has a lot to do with this. So we'll take a look at the chart here for XRP. You can see we had not much going on over the last year or so, and then boom, once Trump got elected and was going to become president, that's when XRP really started taking off. Now, whether this is totally to do with Trump becoming president or not is speculation really, but I think it does have a lot to do with it because of the things that could be potentially happening here with crypto and making it more friendly for Ripple to operate in the United States. There's some other things in this video that I'm going to cover as well that's been very bullish news for XRP, but we're going to take a look at the previous cycles and kind of compare last cycle and the 2017 cycle as well, 2016, 2017 cycle, and see how those did, because we had different presidencies, and I want to compare those two to give you kind of an idea of what could happen here, because this is going to impact our price prediction. If we take a look here at the end of 2020, basically we did jump up in November all the way up to like 78 cents or so, and we had a little bit of a pullback into December. This would have been back in beginning of 2021, where we started moving up here in early 2021 into February and into March, and then boom, in March of 2021 and into April, we really started taking off into April with XRP, and that's when we hit that all-time high of $1.98 last cycle, and then we had that summer pullback and kind of a correction over XRP from there, and it didn't really recover until recently. It's just been kind of a downward trend for several months after this spike here. Even throughout the end of 2021 here and into 2022, it did absolutely nothing, but this is most likely due to the XRP Ripple lawsuit with the SEC that kind of affected its price. And now that that whole fiasco has ended, it's really helped XRP recover its price point from there. So I want to take a look at the 2016-2017 bull run, because that's when Trump was elected the first time, and see how that impacted the price of this. Now you got to remember, there wasn't really much talk back then about crypto from Trump at all, and there wasn't any talk in our government as far as crypto regulation. Really, there were no proposals that I'm aware of regulating crypto and stuff that we have in talks now, and Trump was definitely not pro-crypto at that time. But even so, we'll see how it did with his presidency last time. So as we get into the end of 2016 here, this would have been the election time here. There wasn't really any kind of movement around the election news of Trump winning here, other than a dump at the beginning of January. So we did have a little bit of a dump in January. But after that, once we got into March of that Trump presidency here, you can see it just absolutely took off in the 2017 bull run here. And you can see it just went absolutely crazy here. It shot all the way from like, less than a penny here, all the way up to 40 cents here. And then a little bit of a pullback in the summer and fall of 2017. And then towards the end of the year, that's when we started taking off again. And then December, XRP really started ripping towards the end of that bull run. And this, if you compare this to now, 8 years from here, and this bull run would be, into the end of 2025 is when this would be happening here. At the end of the bull run is when, XRP could potentially really take off here. If you go by, an 8-year period, 2 cycles ago. So basically in January is when this topped out at around a little over $3.30 is when it made its all-time high here on this chart. So then we had a pullback because the bull run was pretty much over at that point. But you could see in the Trump presidency last time, with no positive talks about crypto, that's when XRP really took off. And then with the SEC lawsuit and the last bull run really hindered its price. And now that there's a lot of positive things going on with XRP, with their new stablecoin being approved and stuff, I think we're going to see some really bullish momentum with XRP over the course of the next year, and potentially making new all-time highs very soon on this one. So the stablecoin for XRP is the RLUSD. So if you look at that here, stablecoin will increase demand for XRP. They're thinking that this stablecoin is going to increase the demand for it. So XRP has a maximum supply of 1 billion tokens, with about 57 billion XRP in the circulating supply currently. Now there are some people worried, because the team does have access to, I think, 1 billion tokens monthly or something like that, where they're able to use that for liquidity for exchanges and that. But that XRP that comes into circulation isn't readily available to sell necessarily. It's more for liquidity and used for funding stuff. So it's not like it's dumped on the market right away where it's going to really impact the price. And in fact, the biggest dump that they've had in the market recently didn't affect the price at all. It was around $1.80 when that XRP came into circulation, and it didn't even affect the price at all. It's actually gone up since then. So really this hasn't had effect on the price, but we'll take a look at that. They are talking about the supply of XRP being burned now, so it's going to reduce the total maximum supply of XRP over time. So the co-founder of Axel, or open source platform here, basically he's saying here that upcoming stablecoin will likely boost demand for XRP into 2025, and I kind of agree with this. So basically here he's saying when you do those transfers, you pay for a gas fee in XRP. So the XRP holders are still going to benefit because you burn some XRP every time you do a transaction with this for the stablecoin. So along with that supply being slowly burned over time, that's going to slowly reduce the supply of XRP potentially. So there's other catalysts of XRP that are driving the price up as well. The Trump presidency win here on November 5th, XRP experienced a price rally alongside other crypto due to the president-elect's pro-crypto rhetoric and promise of a friendlier regulatory climate in the United States. And then on November 25th, the asset management firm WisdomTree filed for an XRP ETF, joining Bitwise, Canary Capital, and 21 Shares. 21 Shares is, I believe, the ETF filer for ARK Invest, I believe is who that is. So these have all filed for an XRP ETF now that we've got a stablecoin with them and more positive regulation coming into play. So they've all submitted applications to the SEC for those ETFs, and we'll see if those get approved or not, hopefully over the next several months. So now we're going to get into the price action with XRP and what we think XRP could do potentially this bull run, and the kind of profits you could potentially see here. Obviously not guaranteed by any means, but you definitely want to keep in mind to have some kind of profit taking strategy for your XRP over the course of the next several months. And it depends on what your strategy really is. Are you in a long-term strategy with XRP where you want to hold it long-term, kind of like people do with Bitcoin, or do you want to make as much as you can this cycle and then wait for the bear market? Because we are likely going to get a bear market just like we always do. Crypto runs in cycles. It just doesn't keep going up forever. Even with ETFs and even with all this positive crypto regulation coming into play, there's still going to be volatility in this market, I think, for at least 1 or 2 more cycles before we really start leveling out like the stock market, where things get, where regulation actually gets fully in place and fully implemented that prevents a lot of this volatility. Right now, you can take advantage of that. But in the future, we may not have these volatile swings in the market, because once crypto's regulated, it's not going to be so easy to just buy and sell it on exchanges and stuff like that like it is right now, would be my guess. It's going to be regulated as to what type of coins you'll be able to purchase at all, and all the others may be considered, not legal to buy in the United States or whatever. But we'll see what happens with the regulation. But my guess is we're still going to get a bear market after this cycle, probably in 2026 and into 2027. And is your strategy to cash out as much as you can this cycle and then buy back in when prices are lower in the next bear market, and then wait for the following bull run, and that be your final time to hold long term for this? Depends on what your strategy is, but I'm going to give you what my strategy would be, and then you guys can do what you think is best for you and your portfolio. So this analyst here is saying XRP's giant bull flag is targeting a price point of $15. We're going to take a look at that here. So they're basically saying here, because we had this bull flag developing here with XRP, and we went from this price target here of 50 cents all the way up to $2.90, and we're starting to form a bull flag here. So what they do is they take the previous measurement from this pump from 50 cents all the way up to $2.90, and they basically duplicate that on top of here from this price target, and that's basically going to put the price target for XRP somewhere around the $15 mark. So in order for XRP to reach the $15 price point, its market cap would have to get up to around $800 billion, which is double of Ethereum's current market cap. So that's taking a huge move here for XRP to do that. Now, is that impossible? No, it's not impossible, but I would just be careful of price targets like $15 or so. I know there's other people out there, other YouTubers, thinking that XRP could potentially get up to $30 or $100, but think about that. So for XRP just to get up to like $30, you're going to double that to like $1.6 trillion market cap for XRP, which is going to put it up to, probably around Bitcoin's market cap. So I don't think a $30 price point for XRP is going to happen. More or less a $100 price point for XRP, because that is going to put it up above Bitcoin's market cap, which I don't think is going to happen at any point ever. But that's just my personal opinion on that. Basically, you'd have to take almost the whole market cap of crypto in order to push XRP up to $100 price point, if you're kind of calculating it out. But it would be an absolutely astronomical amount of money that would need to flow into XRP to make that happen. So I think the $15 price point of it would be kind of like the maximum that it would potentially reach this bull run, but I could be wrong on that. I don't have a crystal ball, but we'll jump into my price targets here and kind of give you an idea of what I think XRP will do this bull run, just as a guess, because no one really knows for sure. So it's all pure speculation out there, but really want to look at the market cap of XRP versus other coins and see if these price targets are really realistic or not. So let's jump into my spreadsheet here and just kind of give you my 2 cents on it. So if you had just an example of 10,000 XRP coins here at the $2.94 range is when I would probably start taking out my profits. There's a lot of people that pick this up around 30 cents to 50 cents. Now $2.94 isn't really going to get all of your initial investment out if you sold 10% of your coins, but it will get pretty close to that amount out depending on what price point you picked it up at, of course. Now you may need to sell more XRP to get your initial investment out, but I would definitely sell at least 10% if it got up to like $2.94, which it could potentially do at any point now. It really isn't going to take much more for it to get up to that price point. We already hit $2.90 recently, so it's not going to take much up there. And this is just kind of a guide. You could take out profits now if you wanted to. It's really just your personal preference on what you want to do. But potentially here, my next price target would be around $3.44 to sell at least 20% of my XRP to get out, close to double of my initial investment or so, and that would get out close to $7,000. And then I would sell another 20% of those 10,000 coins, so 2,000 coins, at around the $3.95 range with this, and I'd get out close to $8,000. Another 20% around the $4.44 before it hits $4.50, and that would be close to $9,000 in profit. And then I'd sell another 2,000 XRP or 20%, whatever your target, however many coins you have, around the $5.74 mark. And it may not even reach this, but I think it is possible for XRP to do this with how well it's doing, and we're still early in the bull run cycle here. So that would get out, a little over $11,000 in profit potentially, and then I leave in a little 10% moon bag in case it goes up to, like $7. I'd cash it out personally before that $7 mark at $6.90, because price target for XRP as a maximum this bull run is somewhere in that $7 to $10 $10 range. I wouldn't think it's going to get any higher than that, but like I said, I could be completely wrong on that, but that's really going to be pushing it up, above Ethereum at that point. So you really need to be careful of what you're waiting for and don't be too greedy. That's if you have a short-term strategy. If you're looking for a long-term strategy on XRP, that's up to you and what you want to do. At some point, XRP could definitely hit $10, $15, $20 or so in the distant future. I don't think it's going to happen this cycle, but, really, in order for it to hit a $10 XRP, that's only, like a little, between a 4 and 5x from here. So it is possible, but you just want to be careful of that, because if you wait for those price targets to take out your profits, and they don't reach it, like a lot of people were disappointed last cycle with XRP. A lot of people thought it was going to hit $10 last cycle, and it didn't even hit $3. So you really need to be careful and not be too greedy. Things are better this time around. We have a better environment with the U.S. government and regulation coming into play. The SEC chair, Gary Gensler, is resigning in January, and we're going to have a new SEC chair that's more crypto friendly in place, it looks like. So, things are looking better for ISO 222 tokens and XRP and Ripple in general. So, I think it's going to break its previous all-time high this cycle. I would just be careful and don't be too greedy if your target is short term and you want to take out profits this cycle. So just be careful of that. But that's all I've got for this video. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video.